that you are in the building. All the pretty people say hi. I am streaming in several places. Hold on one second. Say hi, Jerusha. Today, we're going to talk about building your business as usual. So I'm trying something different. See, this is the thing. This is why you have to learn. You learn by doing. Hello, pretty people. So listen, you guys, I don't know if you know this. So I use StreamYard, which is like Zoom. Hello, gorgeous. I see you on TikTok, which is like Zoom, where you can stream in your YouTube. You can stream in your private groups on Facebook. And yes, hello, gorgeous. All the pretty people speak to me. Where are you from? And so Instagram and TikTok doesn't allow you to use StreamYard and stream in. So then you have to have multiple cell phones. And so, yes, hi, gorgeous, yes. And so I had to have Instagram over there and TikTok. And then obviously I'm here on my laptop with my Facebook group, my YouTube, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. So, yes, so I was like, wait a minute. There's a way to do this. You got to have multiple phones for everything. Hello, Instagram. Yes. So if you're joining me for the very first time, make sure you say hi, Jerusha. Let me know where you are from so I can say you're in the building. Okay, cooking. Why? What does it say? Cooking something on TikTok. I don't know what it says. Cooking something. Hello, I see you're in the building. Yes, let me know where you're from. I see North Carolina. I'm actually from South Carolina, but I live in Atlanta, Georgia. So if you're in Atlanta, you're my people. I see you. Okay, so let me tell you what we're going to do today because I'm always live on Facebook. I go live every Tuesday at 1:30 on my business page. I share actionable business tips, tools, apps, how to automate your business, obviously how to build a business online and offline. Hello, Yvonne. Scripts, overcoming objection, which is one of my favorites, overcoming objections. So yes, all of the things that people need to start a business. And so I share that every Tuesday, 1:30 on my business page. So if you want to join me over there, right over there on the page, is my name, Jerusha Wiggins. And so, yes, I decided, you know what? I want to build a page where I help tens of thousands of people get outside their comfort zone and start doing it and do it scared. I do everything scared. Every single thing that I've always tried or wanted to try, I just do it afraid because I'm like, what's the worst thing could happen? I will laugh at myself later, right? And so don't worry about it. If you're that person, you've been wanting to start a business and you are afraid, I got you. So today I'm going to help you out. And of course, if you join the business page, you get to see all the action over there. So if you're a newbie to me, put newbie below. So I'm a newbie, Jerusha. If you are a newbie to me, you are just now hearing the sound of my voice. Say newbie, put newbie in the comments. And so I'm Jerusha Wiggins, motivational speaker, radio personality, and business coach in a direct sales business. And I help women start a business in my organization or build their current businesses online and offline. So I create what I call double threats. So if you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat, baby. If you want to be a double threat, hashtag double threat. Yes, because I started my direct sales business offline, became very successful in 8 months. I was a part of the top 2% in the company with my full-time job. My son was 2 at the time, and I needed to have time freedom. I enjoyed my job, and I said enjoy it because that's something that I've always wanted to do. So my background is in radio and television. So I used to work for CNN News in Atlanta, and so loved the industry, hated the hours after I had my first preemie son. And so I was like, I got to have more time. And I didn't know what to do. And I can tell you, the first person that spoke to me about time freedom, building a business from home, residual income, creating 6 and 7 figures, I got started. Didn't know what I was doing, never sold anything because what I wanted, my why was big enough. My why was my son. He had some difficulties being a preemie and, physical therapy, speech therapy, all the things. And because I work in such a stressful environment, I can't just take off. And so I needed to change. They didn't change. I needed to change. And so I started looking, and the first person that spoke to me, I said, I'm in. And so we got started. And of course, I haven't looked back since. So I am here to tell you, you can do it. Okay, you can do it. But today we're going to talk about, you need to know how to start, right? And so I was like, I'm nervous, I'm scared, but I want it. I want that freedom that people are talking about. I want it. I don't want to be in Atlanta traffic. I don't want to be in a cubicle. I don't want to be in the office anymore. I want to be with my son. And so my son was on a heart monitor. His lungs weren't developed, all these things. And, he would stop breathing. And so for me, I was like, if that's going to happen, it's not going to happen at CNN daycare. It's going to happen with me. And so my why was big enough. I was crazy trying to figure it all out. I was all in. And I'm going to tell you today what I started with, how I started it, how I made a mind shift, because I had an employee mindset and I had to shift to an entrepreneurial mindset. And I know sometimes that's hard, right? Because that's not what we're actually taught. When you're 5 years old, you're like, what do you want to be when you grow up? And most children are saying some type of profession that requires them to work for somebody else, as opposed to saying, I'm going to own my own business. I'm going to be the CEO. I'm going to start this company. And so I started, pouring that into my boys. So I have 2 boys, my husband and I'm always telling them, you're going to start a business. So they just believe, okay, whatever I'm going to do, I better say I'm going to start a business. I need to be the CEO of my own company. And so, I love corporate America because everybody has to do something. My husband loves his job. He works in television as well. So nothing wrong with that. But I'm saying they can do multiple things. And that's what I've learned. And so, yes, now Instagram, I'm not even going to be able to see your comments because I don't have on my contacts. So you're going to have to bear with me. But I will reply, though. I will reply back to you. So I'm going to tell you what I did, because people often ask, how do you have a full-time job, start a project on the side or a side business, side hustle, whatever you want to call it, have a child, husband, household. How do you do it? Okay. And so I can tell you, your imagination is more important than your knowledge. I didn't need to know everything when I started, right? I knew someone was going to teach me the skills. I was willing to learn. I wasn't just wanting to leave. I was willing to do what was necessary to leave. And most people are only wanting to instead of willing to. Did it require me to be sleepy all the time? Yes. Did it require me to be, out of the home sometimes at trainings and meetings because we were offline at that time? Yes. It is going to require all of you. Okay, but you have to ask yourself, how bad do you want it? Hey, Miss Aisha in the house? Yes, but you have to say, how bad do I want it? And I wanted it really, really bad. And I needed it. And so somebody told me it's either need or greed. You will change when there's a need or greed. Most people, it's a need. Something makes them do it. It's forced upon them to change. People don't usually just, I'm going to change. Change is voluntary or involuntary, but change is necessary. And so for most people, they wait till something happen. Most people are reactive instead of proactive. And so I was like, I got to get out of here. And I need to make sure that I have the income to support me leaving. Now, I am one of the people, I don't believe you should quit your job if you don't have the income to support, your lifestyle. You got to wait until you build that up. Okay. So the mind reacts better to pictures rather than words. So you first of all have to envision yourself doing it. You have to envision yourself as the CEO, the boss, the babe, owning it. First, you got to see it before you see it, and you got to seek it before you see it. Okay, that's the first thing. I could see myself leaving. I started writing my letter to my employers, leaving, why I was leaving for my son. I started seeing it. Okay, so the first thing is you're going to start with self. Write this down. A pretty person, on Facebook and on TikTok and on Instagram, a pretty person is going to help me out. And you're going to put this in the comments for me. And you're going to help me out. Yes, I see you, Melissa. Melissa said, I got you. Okay, good. Who else got me? You're going to put it down in the comments for me. Okay. So what does these words have in common? Self-educate, self-discipline, self-worth. Write it down. I'm saying it as slow as possible. Self-esteem, self-love. What does these words have in common? That's easy, right? Self. You are it. Oh, she said, yes, loving it. You are it. So this is what I did to start preparing myself to leave. I started to, number one, self-educate because I'd never been an entrepreneur before. I did not know what I was doing, right? I was programmed to work for corporate America. Like I wanted to do it. I enjoyed it. And I had a one-track mind. So I had to self-educate on entrepreneurship. I had to find out, well, what are these people reading? Where do these people hang out? Where's this information? And I'm going to tell you, there's so much free information today. When I was in the car and I was driving, in traffic, and it takes you about, depending on where you are in Atlanta traffic, it could be a 40-minute drive. It can be an hour drive one way. So for me, that became Drive Time University. You can write that down. For me, that became Drive Time University. And so if I had 40 minutes, I was self-educating. Write that down. That's the first thing that I did. I was like, okay, you can use podcasts. You can do all of that. For me, I was using YouTube. For me, I was like, okay, I can go to YouTube at that time and I can just put in, entrepreneurship. I can put in how to think like an entrepreneur. I can do all of those things and just listen. Okay, get myself motivated with Les Brown or Eric Thomas or whoever. I was like, this is what I can do in 40 minutes. See, this is the difference. I was so hungry. I wasn't talking to my girlfriends anymore on the phone, driving to work, my husband, my mom, my sisters. I was like, no, this is 40 minutes that I do have. Let me maximize this time. Because a lot of people, when I speak with them, because in my organization, I'm developing 100 online leaders. I'm helping those women in corporate America create that residual income with a part-time business or side hustle, right? Which became my full-time. I know how to do that because I did it. I lived it. This is not theory. It's my true experience. And so I was in the car, 40 minutes going, 40 minutes coming back, Drive Time University. I was listening to webinar, courses, classes, whatever I could find, audio books. I was into it. And so it seemed like the drive was short because I was learning. Now, I'm an avid learner. I'm going to push you to learn. I'm going to push you forward to success. I like learning. I'm like, oh, that was good information. Even if it's something that's off the cuff, I just think it's interesting. Like, I'm like, oh, that's some different information. And so you got to fall in love with your thing. Whatever your thing is, you got to fall in love with that. And so I started utilizing that 40 minutes going back and forth to educate myself. Self-education. Write that down. Number one, because you can't start a new chapter of your life if you keep rereading the last one. I was like, okay, I've already succeeded in a level that I'm okay with leaving corporate America. Now my new chapter is I'm going to be working for myself. I'm going to be working from home. My son is my priority. I had to go ahead and close this chapter in corporate America and start rereading. Start looking at another one and not reread the past. And too many people are rereading the past. Let it go. Let it go. Okay, that would be my sister calling. I didn't turn it off. All right, number 2 is self-discipline. What else did I do to leave corporate America? I was self-disciplined. Now, I've always had a great work ethic. Even in corporate America, my father, he's just like, whatever you do a good job. Okay, you're either going to be pitiful or powerful, but you're not going to be both. And so I've always remembered him saying that, like, you're either pitiful or you're powerful, but you will not be both. And so I was just like, I got to be powerful, I guess. And so I've always had a great work ethic, right? especially if it's something I want to do. I think all women are like that. Women are my people. So even if you're on here, I love you. When we want something, we make it happen. And so I wanted it. And so you got to have that self-discipline. If you're planning to do anything, you got to discipline yourself. Because most people say, you know what, I don't have enough time. It's really not. You're not going to have more time. We all have the same 24 hours in a day. The beggar and the billionaire have the same 24 hours. You need to become a professional time thief. I was becoming a professional time thief. I was stealing moments of time. I was disciplined with my time. So I did a power hour every day. So you're going to schedule a power hour to work on your dream. If your dream is to write a book, you're going to spend a power hour. It does not have to be one consecutive hour. See, that's where people get confused. It doesn't have to be 1 hour from 3 to 4, 1 hour from 11 to 12. It doesn't have to be that, okay? You're going to schedule those income-producing activities within that hour, okay? So I train a class on 15-minute increments, okay? So if you're on Facebook, in the description, there's a link. I'm offering a free training on how to get more engagement online, okay? Because I started from scratch like everybody else. In 2017, I went live for the first time. Didn't know what I was doing, just clicked the live button and said, here I am, world, I'm ready, okay? So I told you I do everything scared. And so from that time, I had to learn, okay, how do I attract people to me? You know, how are people having hundreds and hundreds and thousands of followers? To me, even if it's a small following, but it's a loyal following, you still will do very well, okay? And so I'm going to teach a free training on how to get more online engagement. My name on Facebook is Jerusha Wiggins, Jerusher. But if you click the link in my bio on TikTok, I see you, I got you. If you click the link in my bio, you'll see my link tree. If you're on Instagram, same thing, Facebook. If you click the link in my bio, the link tree will come up and you can find me on all the platforms. So I was 15-minute increments. I teach a training on this. You take 15 minutes to do an income-producing activity. 15 minutes. So if you were writing a book, you take 15 minutes to, figure out who you're going to have the forward, like who's going to forward the book for you. Or 15 minutes figuring out, are you going to have it on Amazon? Is it going to be self-published or whatever? You're going to find that out. When your 15 minutes is up, you're done with that. Then another part of the day, you'll have another 15 minutes to do something toward that book. If you're in network marketing and direct sales, it's a little bit different, okay? So even if you're an entrepreneur, you have a hair salon, nail salon, you sell pots, pans, lotions, potions, it doesn't matter. You have a business, right? And so you can also schedule 15-minute increments to do certain things. Service customers, call customers back, prospecting, posting online, marketing, learning content, all of the things that are going to help you move forward. If you did that 4 times a day, 15 minutes, that's a power hour. So when I worked in corporate America, I was stealing 15 minutes going to my car at lunch, making sure I was doing something that was going to help me leave my corporate job. I wasn't at the water cooler. I wasn't going to lunch anymore with my friends. I was like, listen, I have to leave because my son needs me, right? And I still need to earn an executive level income. I still need to do all those things. And so when I tell you, I became so disciplined in my activities, right? I believed it was happening before it even happened. And so belief is what you think. Faith is action. Okay, so action precedes motivation. So you got to believe it and start acting on it. Okay, so faith and fear requires you to believe in something that does not exist, and faith and fear cannot reside in the same place. And so I actually used to have an office in Atlanta. When I was offline, we had an office. And I would say that all the time, faith and fear cannot reside in the same place. Choose, Jerusha. You either going to leave, your secure corporate job, but none of it is really secure. And we all found that out during the pandemic. Yes or yes? Okay. So nothing's really secure when you work for somebody else. So yes, I was uncomfortable. I wasn't sure, of the outcome, but I knew I was hungry enough. I was hungry enough to make it happen. And so most people will not participate in their own rescue. Most people would rather complain about it. Most people would rather just talk about it. Most people won't do what's necessary. They won't keep the main thing the main thing. For me, the main thing was my son needs me. If he stops breathing and he's at that daycare, I'm a scream. And so I'm going to tell you, I was like, I'm leaving. And so nothing was going to get in my way of making that happen. And so when you start to have that drive, no, I didn't feel like it every day. Somebody said, how do you do it? I don't feel like it every day, right? But when you know the end from the beginning, you'll stay empowered in the process. I'll say it again. A pretty person's going to write that down. When you know the end from the beginning, you'll stay empowered in the process. And so most people don't like the process. The process requires you to grow. The process is hard. The process is challenging. The process makes you cry. The process, that's the part where people fail, is the process. They want the end results. They want the cars, the homes, the travels. They want all the things. But you forgot this main part is the process to getting it. So if you know the end from the beginning, you'll stay empowered in the process. And for me, the end was, I'm going to be at home. I'm going to be able to provide. I'm still going to be able to earn an executive level income. I'm going to be there. So that was my main focus, tunnel vision. I had that tunnel vision. Okay. And so you can do it too. Number 3 would be self-worth. Write this down. And we're talking about, it's funny because you're also realizing when you're going through that process, a lot of people, they start complaining. Let me tell you, energy is everything. For me, you've got to make yourself have good energy. You got to give off good energy. You have to stay around people with good energy. You have to do it. Okay? You have to do it. No one's coming to cheer me on every day. No one's coming to my home and say, you can do it. You can do it. I was a cheerleader and no one's coming to cheer me on. I have to cheer me on. Okay? Every day I have to talk to me. I have to do that self-talk. Every day when I was working in corporate America, I had to do it. They didn't care. They didn't even know that I was planning to leave because I was like, okay, you can do it, Jerusha. Get up, girl, get up. Yes, all the things you can imagine happened. People don't always tell you the bad part. Everything that you can imagine happened. I was upset many days. I was, worried many days. And I was like, okay, girl, you either going to take a leap of faith or you're going to keep complaining. And so I found this story, and most of you probably has heard this story, but it's worth telling again, about this dog. So this lady was jogging. It was a foggy morning and she was jogging, and out into the distance, she could hear a dog howling. She could hear a dog barking. And so she continued to jog, and the closer she got, she couldn't see him at first because it was foggy, but she could hear the dog howling. Okay, that's not a very good dog, but and so as she got closer, it got louder and louder. And finally, she could see a man on the porch. It was an old man in overalls. He had a straw in his mouth. He was rocking in his rocking chair. The dog was lying next to him, and the dog was just howling and howling. And so the lady runs past the home, and it's bothering her so much. Guess what? She stops. She comes back, and she said, excuse me, mister, can I ask you a question? Why is your dog howling, making all that noise? And the man looks at the lady. He takes the straw out of his mouth. He stops rocking in the rocking chair, and he says to the lady, he's sitting down on a nail. And the lady says, oh my gosh, why won't the dog get up? Why won't the dog get up off of the nail? And the man says, it doesn't hurt him bad enough. And most people, unfortunately, are just like that dog. Now, I'm not calling you a dog. I'm giving you an example. Most people are barking, oh, I can't do it. Oh, it's too hard. Barking, howling about what you can't do, right? When all you got to do is move. The dog, he had his 4 legs. He could move off the nail. But what did he choose to do? Oh, it's easier for me to sit right here and make a lot of noise. It's easier. Yes, it is easier. But you're going to continue to hurt if it's hurting you. If it's not, girl, do you. But if it's hurting you, you have to move. And so the dog, all he had to do was move. But instead, just like most human beings, we choose to just talk about it. We choose to talk about it and we don't have action behind it. Yes or yes? Oh my goodness, you said Jerusha. Okay, so you've got to stop talking and start moving. Less of this, more of this. Okay, now self-worth. You deserve to have the income of your desire. Everybody is different. Success is different. I was successful at CNN because I achieved the goal. You see what I'm saying? So success is different for everybody. You determine what that level of success is, okay? So you decide, is it a 5-figure income, 6-figure, 7-figure? It's all depending on your lifestyle. Whatever it is, you're worth it, okay? You're worth it. Why do you want that? Now, this is what I want you to do. I had to figure out, okay, once I do this, right, why do I want this so badly? So why do you want to write that book so badly? Why do you want to start that business? Why do you want to start that investment? Why do you want, whatever it is, why do you want to do it? And so for me, the reason why I wanted to leave corporate America at that time, my why has changed at that time was because of my son, right? Obviously, it's changed over the years. He's a little teenager. It all worked out, okay? So what I can tell you, if you are in a place, you haven't quite started a business, you kind of have something, but it's not working well yet, right? You're like, I got it, but I'm not making income. Why do you want it? Okay. What will drive you to do it? Why do you want it? And so most people don't know why they want it. They just see other people have it and they're like, I want it too, right? But why? For me now, it's leaving a long-term legacy. It's all about me leaving a legacy for my boys. That's what it's about now. That's the why. And I'll do whatever it takes. I'll have 3 cameras, 3 phones, like whatever it's going to take to make that happen. And so if you could purchase that dream that you have, that dream home, that dream yacht, that dream, whatever it is, or just like you said, just have some security for yourself. What would make you do it on a daily basis? Okay, what would that mean to you if you had it right now? If you can envision yourself walking into that beautiful home or envision yourself driving that car that you've always dreamed about or whatever, okay, what would that mean to you? It have to mean something to you for you to do it. People often ask, well, how do you do it? Well, what is your meaning? What will make you do it? Some people, it's not their children. They're like, that wouldn't really make me do it. That wouldn't make me not watch television. That wouldn't make me not go to the cookout. That wouldn't make them do it. So you have to find something that will make you do it regardless. And that will be your drive. That will keep you going. Winners do daily what slackers do occasionally. Okay? Winners do daily, write that down. Winners do daily what slackers do occasionally. Most people work on their businesses occasionally when they feel like it. I'm in the mood today. I'm gonna work on it today. Do you think every time you see social influencers or top producers, they feel like it? No, they don't feel like it all the time. But they have to do what's necessary, right? Because they know the end from the beginning. They have to do it. And so if you are a winner, go ahead and put in the chat. I'm a winner, Jerusha. I hear you. I am a winner. Hold on, I got to call my son. My sister's calling me again. Evan. See, that's what happens in the middle of the live. Evan. So, yes. So, you got to make sure that you have why you want this thing and why you're going to be crazy, right? Getting this thing. I was crazy making it happen. So if you know you are a winner deep inside, put winner. I'm a winner. Yes, put winner in the comments. Let me know. And I am offering. So if you like this so far, you like Jerusha. Yes, I'm loving this. I'm loving it. If you are part of the I'm loving it, you're my pretty people. I am offering a free training, okay, Saturday, free training on how to get more online engagement. The link is in the bio, okay? If you are on Facebook, all you have to do, the link is in the description. If you're on TikTok, if you click my link tree will come up, as well as Instagram. And the course is free. Yes, it's free. Because you know what? I always said, man, if I had somebody to help me in 2017 and 2018 when I was figuring it out, I'd have been, I don't know what level I would have been by this time, but I would have been so appreciative. And I said, when I get the opportunity, I'm going to share what I know for sure. I'm going to help other people get it. And so I was like, I'm just going to start showing up and telling people what I've learned and how I overcame and my successes so they can do it too. My hope is to shorten your learning curve, Melissa. My hope is to shorten your learning curve, Sharon. My hope is to shorten your learning curve. Yes, on TikTok, I see you. My hope is to shorten your learning curve, okay? I mean, it's so much success available for everyone. Whatever your business is not a seesaw. We don't have to push somebody down in order for us to go up. We can all go up together. And so that's why I show up. So if you want that free training, yes, with me on Saturday, then make sure you click the link in the bio. All right. Number 4 is self-esteem. Let's do that one. Number 4 is self-esteem. Guys, this is a tough one. You have to build your confidence. Let me just tell you, if no one has told you, you're pretty enough, you're smart enough, you're brilliant, you are an influencer, you're unique, you're talented, you're special, you're courageous, everything. You're everything you want to be. You already have it inside of you. It's there. You now have to accept it and use it for the good. You have to accept, this is who I am, baby. You don't know? Everything attached to me wins. Everything attached to me wins. My kids are winning. My husband is winning. My family is winning. My team is winning. Everything attached to me wins. You've got to have an attitude of it's happening with or without you. I'm going whether you choose to go with me. You have to have an attitude of, you didn't know? You better go ahead and get my autograph today because it's happening. And when you have that type of confidence and you have that type of belief in yourself, right? Other people will be attracted to you. Your tribe will come. They will come when you believe it first. People are watching, even if they're not saying anything. Say you're posting and you feel like you're getting crickets. Okay, I'm going to help you with that in the class, okay? And you feel like you're getting crickets, like I post and 2 people, reply to my post. My mom and my aunt, right? And you're like, how is it that other people are getting, more engagements? Well, there are several things that you have to do when we're talking about self. There are several things you have to do for that to happen for you. Now, you don't think you can show up on social media. I'm here. You show up to get a withdrawal because you're wanting people to purchase your product, your service, your opportunity. So you're offering all the things every day to get. But what are you giving? You got to give. You got to show up on social and give, right? So you got to deposit into other people. You got to deposit to get a withdrawal. If you go to the bank and you go to the ATM, you're going to get some money if you didn't put any money in. Okay, so you got to go to the bank and you got to put the money in so you can get a withdrawal. Same thing applies to social media. You got to come on social media and you got to deposit. Then you get a withdrawal. And I see too many people doing the other way where they're just sitting around posting and praying. I'm going to post and I'm going to pray. This is my day. I'm going to post and pray. And I'll post my pots, my pans, my lotions, my hair gel, my lashes, I'm going to post and pray. That's not how you build a good audience. That's your tribe. And so we want to learn how to build our people in our businesses. Yes or yes. You want those people who want what you have. And I'm going to talk about that in the training. Okay. So you got to have that self-esteem, baby. Okay. And the last one is self-love. And this is something that you have to work on. Let me just tell you, when I was leaving corporate America, I was like, okay, I love myself. I love my family. I love them or whatever, but it starts with me. You can't give love if you don't love yourself first. Yes or yes? Somebody say yes to Rusha. Okay. Hashtag self-love. Hashtag self-love. Okay. And so you got to start with you. That's how I was able to leave. I started with self. I started with me. What do I need to change? I'm not looking at my mentor. I'm not looking at my father, my sisters. I'm looking at me. I am the problem. I am the solution. Even today, I am the problem. I am the solution. Self-love. It starts with me. I believe in me. Okay, you have to start saying, I believe in me. I look good. Girl, you don't know? You love your hair. You love your shape. You love your smile. You love the way that you speak. You love the way that you show up. You got to fall in love with you first. You can't love other people if you don't love yourself. Okay? And so one thing I realized, oh my gosh, when I start loving on me, I start working on me. Now I can give more to somebody else. I have to do it. Okay. No one's going to come save you. No one's going to come rescue you. No one's going to do that. You're going to have to save yourself. Okay. You're going to have to discipline yourself. You're going to have to do it. I can give you all the tools to success. I can give you all the tools that has helped me thus far. I can give that to you. But if you don't believe it, it's not going to happen. If you don't work on your personal development, your self-development, it's not going to happen because your income will rarely exceed your level of personal development. You can write that down. Your income will rarely exceed your level of personal development. And that's why when people ask, how did you do it? I started with self. No one is you, and that's your superpower. No one has your gift. No one has your talent. Okay? So what? Don't worry about all these people. Their opinions does not matter. You have to understand, some will, some won't, some watch, some wait. So what? You do it. So what if you don't write well yet and you want to write a book? You better start writing that book. So what? You don't think you are the greatest speaker yet. You better start speaking. So what? You practice, you do it. It's this little known thing that people apparently they don't know about. I'm going to tell you guys right now. You can Google. It's this thing called Google. Me and Google, we're like, that's my boyfriend on the side. My husband knows that I cheat on him with Google because I'm always learning something and I'm trying to figure it out. And it's this thing called Google. Write this down. People don't even know about it. That will help you learn how to write a book. That will help you learn how to speak better. There are free courses like my course. There are free courses that you see online. Take them. You can only learn something. Take the courses. I don't understand when the information is there, we don't even take advantage of it, but we want to change. But we want different results. But we keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over and over and over and over. And we're complaining and howling like the dog. You change it. Okay, so you're the problem, you're the solution. That's what I believe. So there was this post. Oh, she said, thank you. You're welcome. If this is helpful so far, put helpful in the comments below. Say, Jarucha. If this is helpful, say helpful. Hashtag helpful. Helpful. If you are going to ride with me in my course on Saturday and Sunday is 2 days, how to get more online engagement, the things that I did to get more engagements. I just started on TikTok this year and it's like 30,000 followers and I didn't even know what I was doing, right? I knew some skills that I had learned from Facebook and Instagram. And then of course I didn't know how to work TikTok until I pressed the button. I was like, oh, you press the button, you record something that somebody else already did, make it yours, and then you just post. Okay, let's do it. So I need you to have that type of spirit that, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm not going to be perfect. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes all the time. I laugh all the time. I look back at my replays days and I just laugh. It's okay. I'm only going to attract my people. I'm only going to attract my people. And that's good with me. You're only going to attract your people. And so don't worry about it. So when you start to grind, after I've given you these steps, right, and you take the class with me on Saturday, once you start to grind, I read something that said, let them sleep while you grind. Let them, party or whatever while you work, because that's what I was doing. The difference will show. I was able to leave my corporate job. People thought I was crazy because my degrees are in communications and public relations. I've always wanted to work in that industry, but my life changed. Every 6 months, people's lives change. Keep that in mind. Every 6 months, people's lives change. So you don't know what's going to happen, whether it's marriage, whether it's, having a child, whether it's death, whether it's sickness, things happen, right? So that's why you have to do it now, because you never know. My son, he's an avid reader, actually. And my son told me, is it 1,000? I forgot already. Hold on one second. I think it's 1,000. 1,000 people die every minute. And I was thinking, that's a lot. I think he said 1,000. But at any rate, it was something like that every minute. And I was thinking, oh my gosh, this could be my minute. And ever since he told me that, I've been repeating that, because I'm like, you don't know when it's your minute. Go ahead and start. If you wanted to do a TikTok or a reel and you've been afraid, girl, you got to do it today. Your minute could be coming. Whatever it is, right? So I want to live now. If you are that type of person, like, you know what? I don't have the website up yet. Still start. I don't have the materials yet. I don't have all of my, whatever your product is, still start. You can start marketing and branding now. It's stopping you. These are all free platforms. Just start. Okay. Now, the other thing I can tell you, and I'm going to let your beautiful faces go, is do not go through life sitting in a rocking chair. Okay. Because what happens is, this is what I felt when I wanted to leave my corporate job. I was moving, right? I was going home every day, of course, taking care of home, get up in the morning, repeat this little cycle, get in the car, drive to work, stay at this job for 8, 9, 10 hours, whatever is required, get back in the car, come back home, take care of household chores, go to bed, do it again and again and again. Now, I was fine with that in the beginning because that's what I dreamed of. I thought that's what people did. And I was like, oh, this is great. So I'm not going to tell you I didn't love it at first. I loved it. I was like, oh, my God, I'm in Atlanta. I work for CNN. I was loving it. And then, I was like, oh, my gosh, when you start meeting other people that have a different lifestyle, then that's when you know there are other things available for you. So when the young lady talked to me about having time freedom and financial freedom, and I saw the big picture, and I was meeting millionaires who were self-made millionaires, because we're all self-made, but only self-made millionaires admit it. Now, we're all self-made, wherever level you are. Only self-made millionaires say, I'm a self-made millionaire, right? And so I was going back and forth doing this like you're in a rocking chair. You have movement, because you're doing something. We weren't struggling or anything. We were just living life until you meet somebody, right? You meet somebody who's like not just your yearly income, but your yearly income is their monthly income. And you're like, well, now how are they doing that? And so now you're exposed. And this is what I believe. Once you're exposed to something, right, you make a choice. Do I want to change or do I want to stay the same? At some point, I shifted. When I saw more, I learned more, I wanted to do more. And so I don't want you to go through life in a rocking chair with a seatbelt on. You better get up, get out, and start moving, okay? So the 3 questions you want to ask yourself if you're self-empowered, because this whole training was about how did I do it? I started with self. I became self-empowered. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you too. So the first question, write this down. Pretty person's going to help me out. The first question is, can you do it? Number 1, write this down. I'm wonderful. How are you, gorgeous? Can you do it? You got to ask yourself, can I do it? Now, you're physically able to do it. I would say you can do it. Now, can I jump out of a plane with, a parachute or whatever. I can do it. I don't desire to do it. I don't want to do it. I'm not going to do it. Okay. So it has to be something obviously you want. So can you do it? Can you start that project? Can you have a nonprofit? Can you do it? Number one, ask yourself. The second thing you want to ask yourself is, the second question is, do you believe it will work? Okay. You have the time and you're going to put in the effort for it to work, because you could have a book inside you. Les Brown said this: the richest place in the world is the graveyard. Y'all heard him say that, right? The richest place in the world is the graveyard, because that's where dreams die. They didn't write that book that you could have been reading. They didn't start that catering company. You could have been eating her food. They didn't do it. Their dreams died with them. So you have to ask yourself, the second question is, do you believe it will work? You have the time and you're going to put in the effort to make it happen. Yes or yes. And the third thing you have to ask yourself is it worth it? Is it worth the time and effort to put into it? Because there's something that's going to sacrifice. My children's, well, I only had one at the time. I have two now. At the time, he had to sacrifice because I wasn't home all the time. My husband had to sacrifice. My family had to sacrifice. There are sacrifices, okay? So you have to say, is it going to be worth it? Because if they are looking for you to do it, you got to actually do it. Okay, so when you believe you have a sense of autonomy and you have a sense of choice, you'll be motivated. And that's self-motivated. And you'll be empowered when you have it. I would love to just give it to you. Energy is transferable. Energy is contagious. But I would love to just give it to you, but I can't. You have to work on you. And so once you ask yourself those three questions, then you get to work. So don't wish that it was easy. Don't wish it was better. Wish that you were better. You were better. Every day I'm getting better and better and better. Okay? Every day I'm choosing to make a difference for my family, for my lifestyle, for my legacy. Every single day. Oh, you're good. Okay, no problem. Just follow me and you'll get some more business trainings like this. So yes, he said, I would love to hear you, but I have to go. All good. I'm all done actually. So if that was helpful to you and you're like, Jerusha, you have helped me today, I'm going to start working on myself. And that's exactly where I started. I started with me. I was like, what is it that I need to do differently? I need to own it. I need to do it. No one else can do it for me, right? I'm the person who wanted to start a business. I'm the person who wanted to leave a corporate job. So I have to do the things that are hard. I have to do the things that are challenging. I have to do it. And so if that was helpful, say, Jerusha, helpful. I have a free training coming up for all of you on Saturday, a free training for all of you on Saturday, how to get more online engagement, the things that you can do, simple steps and tips that I've learned to increase your engagement, and how you're going to learn to deposit, right? Before you get a withdrawal out of social media, you're going to deposit into people with great content. You're going to start today. And then I'll see your beautiful faces on Saturday. But do me a favor, click the link in the bio. My link tree is on Instagram as well as on TikTok. And then you'll see the course, how to get more engagements online. If you are on Facebook, all my beautiful Facebook and YouTubers, all you have to do is, there's a link in the description. And so you can go ahead and get registered. Yes, get registered before Saturday so that I can go ahead and get to know you as well. So if you all, she said, thank you so much. Well, I appreciate you too. I'm just thankful that grace and mercy follow me. I'm just thankful for this moment. And so my minute, I'm grateful for my minute. And so do me a favor, please follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, all of the above. Oh, she said, I'm at workout, but I didn't want to miss your live. Well, I appreciate you. Yes, I'll see you next time. I'll see you on Tuesday at 1:30 on my business page. Just join me on Tuesday on my business page. And then, of course, we'll have a great motivation, inspiration, and free business tips just for you. It's so much room at the top. It's the bottom that's overcrowded. I'm Jerusha Wiggins, and I'll see you on the page. And that is